Ferris wheel turns in a blood-red sky, cotton candy clouds drifting by. Fiddles cry from a crooked stage like angels locked inside a cage. Lanterns sway on a dusty square, laughter floats through the midnight air. Every smile's a painted dare at the Devil's County Fair. Step right up, place your bet, every sin collects its debt. Welcome to the Devil's County Fair, where the truth gets stripped down bare. Every ride's a twisted prayer, every game a trap you wear. No mercy booth, no heaven's gate, just fortune spun by hands of fate. You can dance, but you'll beware at the Devil's County Fair. Ring-toss promises heaven's prize, but the devil grins behind your eyes. Carousel horses carved in flame whisper softly your secret name. Fortune teller in a tattered shawl sees the writing on the wall. Son, she says, you came unprepared for the Devil's County Fair. Brass band plays a minor tune underneath the crooked moon. Welcome to the Devil's County Fair, where desire hangs in the air. Every kiss tastes bittersweet, every vow ends in defeat. No preacher stands to make it right, just shadows dancing in the light. You can run, but you won't get spared from the Devil's County Fair. If I trade my soul for one more spin, will it wash away my sin, or will the wheel keep turning slow till I've got nowhere left to go? Some hearts gamble, some hearts lose, some get stuck in devil's shoes. Still the Ferris wheel climbs high like a sinner reaching for the sky. Every sparkler burns too fast, every promise built to last turns to smoke in neon glare, dust and ashes in the air. I should have known before I dared. The Devil's County Fair. County Fair. Lights go dim, crowd grows thin, music fades beneath the wind. One last spin, one last stare. Devil's County Fair. There's a broken throne in a ghost town bar, where the neon hums like a dying star. Dust on the floor and a preacher's frown, in the land where the saints fell down. I was raised on hymns and a Bible sound, but temptation rides when the sun goes down, and the road to sin don't make a sound till the devil wears a rusted crown. Oh, the devil's a rusted crown tonight still shines dim in the firelight. Every king of a broken town ends up wearing that rusted crown. From the whiskey wars to the gunshot sound, to the graves where restless men lie down, all the pride that we thought we found turns to dust in the rusted crown. There's a story told by the old saloon about a man who gambled his soul too soon. Won the gold, but he lost his way when the night swallowed up the day. A jealous rage and a flashing steel left a scar no prayer could heal. Now the wind still carries the warning sound of the devil's rusted crown. Oh, the devil's rusted crown tonight still shines dim in the firelight. Every king of a broken town ends up wearing that rusted crown. From the whiskey wars to the gunshot sound, to the graves where restless men lie down, all the pride that we thought we found turns to dust in the rusted crown. Maybe grace rides slow through the years, through the weight of sin and the trail of tears, but the past don't fade when the night comes round, where the devil's crown was found. Oh, the devil's rusted crown tonight burns cold in the pale moonlight. Every soul that tried to stand tall heard temptation's silent call. When the last bell rings in a lonely town and the dust finally settles down, they'll whisper low underground of the devil's rusted crown. Just a shadow lost and never found under the devil's rusted crowns. There's a Bible on the table, cracked and worn, with a family tree where the roots are torn. Every name carved deep in sin, every son looks just like him. Porch light flickers in the wind like it's scared of what's within. Old house groans like it understands we're the bloodline of the damned. Granddaddy's ghost in a whiskey haze. Daddy walked in the same old blaze. We're the bloodline of the damned, raised by a heavy hand. Every promise breaks the same. Every son inherits blame. No matter how far I ran, I still feel that brand burning through kitchen light, praying hard every single night. Lord, don't let my boy turn out like the men this house is about. But the mirror don't ever lie, I see that fire in my eyes. Same old temper, same old flame, different face but the same last name. They say you choose the road you take, some roads choose you by mistake. We're the bloodline of the damned, born in cursed farmland. Every fight turns into war, every knock becomes a door to the same old promised land, built on sinking sand. I tried to understand this bloodline of the damned. If I bury the gun tonight, will it end this family fight? If I drop the bottle in the well, will it break this living hell? Some change rough, some remain, some get passed down through the veins. I won't be the bloodline of the damned, I won't raise that heavy hand. Let the fire die with me, let my son walk free. I'll face every ghost that stands on this cursed land. Tonight I'll make a stand in the bloodline of the damned. Wind moves slow, porch light glows. Maybe curses can let go. One last prayer, one last stand. Break the bloodline of the damned. Dust rolled in from the Dakota plains, carried whispers of Deadwood Jane. Boots of leather, coat of black, cold 45 strapped to her back. Saloon door sang when she walked through, piano died on a broken tune. Every gambler knew her name, every outlaw feared her aim. They said she loved like a prairie flame, but betrayal's what made her name. This is the ballad of Deadwood Jane, born in fire, baptized in pain. Silver bullets, heart in chains, dancing in the summer rain. No white dress, no wedding band, just a pistol in her hand. She carved her truth into the grain. The Ballad of Deadwood Jane. Sheriff swore he'd bring her down, pinned her poster all over town. $500 dead or alive, but she was more than just a prize. There was a man with a crooked smile, promised her they'd ride a while. Stole her map and stole her gold, left her bleeding in the cold. Love can wound deeper than lead, some lives are better left unsaid. This is the ballad of Deadwood Jane, riding hard through loss and shame. Every mile a burning vein, every memory a chain. No mercy in the desert sand, no preacher's guiding hand. Legends fade, some remain, some get washed away by rain. Hear the ballad of Deadwood Jane echo through the midnight train. Every tavern, every flame still remembers her by name. No grave marked in sacred ground, just hoofbeats as the only sound. She vanished like a hurricane. The ballad of Deadwood Jane. Wind blows cold, story told, silver heart that never sold. One last spark, one last flame, Deadwood Jane. There's a dead-end road past a broken gate, where the pines lean in like they're bound to wait. An old wood cross in the red clay ground marks a place where no peace was found. No birds sing when the sun dips low, and the cold wind carries a tale of woe. Just black wings drifting without a sound, circle slow around. Tonight, black as sin in the fading light. They don't cry and they don't warn, just watch where the truth was torn. From the blood-stained earth to the hollow trees, there's a whisper right in every breeze, and the shadows move where the lost souls froze in the ballad of silent crows. There was bad blood running through that land, between two brothers and a broken plan. A jealous word and a flashing gun left one breathing, one undone. They bury truth where the weeds grow high, with a preacher's prayer and a mother's cry. But the past don't sleep, it just follows close in the hush of crows. Tonight, black as sin in the fading light. They don't cry and they don't warn, just watch where the truth was torn. From the blood-stained earth to the hollow trees, there's a whisper right in every breeze, and the shadows move where the lost souls froze in the ballad of silent crows. Some say justice lost its way on that cold and broken day, and the sky turned gray for weeks on end, like it knew how it would end. Oh, the ballad of silent crows lives on long after the guilty men are gone. Through the empty fields and the midnight air, you can feel their hollow stare. When the dawn breaks pale and and the truth still shows in the cracks where the wild grass grows. Still the wind recalls what nobody knows in the ballad of silent crows. And the black wings drift where the cold wind blows through the ballad of silent crows. Spanish moss in the midnight breeze, hanging low from the cypress trees. River rolls like a mournful tune underneath that broken moon. Gaslight flickers on the avenue, footsteps echo like they used to do. Every corner calls my name, like a sinner back to shame. They say the past is laid to rest, but it never leaves your chest. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge, walking streets I used to choose. Every love I let slip by, every truth I turned to lie. No train to ride, no boat to fall, just the river and the Lord. I can't move on, I can't let loose. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge. Neon hums in a bar downtown, whiskey tries to drown me out. Old jukebox plays a lonesome hymn about a life I might have been. She wore white in the summer heat, barefoot dancing on the street. Now her laughter's just a sound, floating 6 feet underground. No preacher's word can set me free from what I did in '73. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge, haunting dreams I still abuse. Every mile I ran away led me back here anyway. No mercy train, no silver dove, just a graveyard full of love. I can't repent, I can't excuse. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge. If the river rises high tonight, will it wash away this fight, or will I drift along the shore, knocking on her door once more? Some hearts heal, some hearts bruise. Mine got lost in Baton Rouge. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge, bound to streets I can't refuse. Every sin beneath these stars, every wound that never scars. No dawn to break, no sky to clear, just her whisper in my ear. I can't escape, I can't cut loose. I'm the ghost of Baton Rouge. River rolls slow, cypress bends low, shadows follow where I go. One last sigh, one last truth, the ghost of Baton Rouge. There's a weathered barn on the edge of town, tin roofs singing when the sun goes down, paint peeled back like a guilty scar. holding secrets where the old boards are. Granddaddy said, boy, don't you pry, some things are better left to lie. But whispers ride that midnight wind from the dark where it's always been. Footsteps creak on broken beams, truth ain't always what it seems. We got skeletons in the barn, buried deep in the family farm. Dust to dust, but they still breathe through the lies we never leave. Every prayer and every song can't wash blood from calloused palms. You can lock the door, but they're never gone. Those skeletons in the barn. Mama cried when the sheriff came, wouldn't dare to speak his name. Said the past a debt we paid in tears, but I seen fear behind her prayers. There's a shovel rusting by the wall and a patch of earth that don't grow tall. Moonlight shows what daylight hides in the place where the silence lies. Dogs don't bark, the crickets hush when memory turns to dust. We got skeletons in the barn, wrapped in wire and southern charm. Family tree with a rotten root, truth swings slow from a noose of proof. You can preach about right and wrong, but sin grows strong when it grows long. And every son must carry on with skeletons in the barn. Beneath the hay, letters dated back to May, a name crossed out in faded ink, made my hands too cold to think. Blood runs thick but guilt runs deep, some promises we couldn't keep. And every generation learns the past is a fire that slowly burns. The barn rattling chains at every dawn. Every hammer, every nail tried to build a stronger tale. But when rotten truth will rise through splintered boards and alibis, you can't outrun what you were born with. Skeletons in the barn. Wind through the rafters low and long, something humming a broken song. Close that door, leave it dark, still hear 'em whisper in the barn. Skeletons in the barn. There's a picture on the dashboard cracked by 100 miles of looking back. Highway lines like a slow regret, every town just makes it worse. I hear her laugh in the radio hiss, taste her ghost in every sip. Barroom mirrors know my shame, I'm haunted by her name. I try to drown it in the rain, but it falls like whispers on my brain. I'm haunted by her name. a church bell in the wind. Every echo sounds the same. Where her memory's been, it rolls through me like thunder, through a dry and empty plain. I can run, but I remain haunted by her name. We were fire in a small town night, burning hard and burning bright. But pride's a knife a young man holds too tight to see the damage done. Last words cut like broken glass. Now forever is the past. I trade every mile I've claimed to not be haunted by her name. I see her standing in the door of every place I've been before. I'm haunted by her name, in the silence after two, in the whiskey and the flame, in the things I didn't do. It follows like a shadow that the sunrise can't explain. No mercy, no refrain, just haunted by her name. If I could call her one more time, would forgiveness cross the line? Or would the static tell me plain? Some ghosts don't break their chains. I'm haunted by her name, in the back roads of my mind, through the guilt and through the blame. There's no peace I can find. It's carved into my heart like letters in the rain, till I'm buried in this pain. I'll be haunted by her name. Neon fades, engines hum, another town I won't outrun. Close my eyes, hear it again. Her name, her name. Neon buzz on a broken sign, quarter past some guilty time. Bar stool cracked, floorboards weak, truth runs thin and talk runs cheap. Jukebox crying an outlaw song about where good men go wrong. I've been leaning on this bar too long, with a heart half right, half wrong. Got a pocket full of bad ideas and a past that won't disappear. Cold steel and cheap whiskey, that's the company I keep. One burns fast, one cuts deep, neither one lets you sleep. You can blame it on the night or the ghost you can't forgive, but cold steel and cheap whiskey ain't no way to live. She said, son, you're playing with fire, eyes like smoke and worn out desire. Ring of brass on a steady hand, said she don't love a broken man. But pride's a trigger quick to pull, and anger makes a coward bold. Next thing I knew, the room went still like the devil signed the bill. Glass shattered on the floor, a line you can't ignore. Cold steel and cheap whiskey, laying heavy on the bar. One tastes like regret, one leaves a scar. You can sway or walk away when the morning light is gray, but cold steel and cheap whiskey always makes you stay. If I lay this pistol down, will I finally turn around? If I pull the bottle out, will it wash away the doubt? Or am I chained to what I've done, like smoke clings to a gun? Cold steel and cheap whiskey, they whisper soft and low, say you ain't worth redemption, you've got nowhere else to go. But somewhere in the back of my mind, there's a voice still fighting free, saying cold steel and cheap whiskey don't gotta bury me. The old face, last call rings, I stare at both those things. Cold steel, cheap whiskey, and what they've made of me. Sun bleeds red on the borderline, dust kicks up like a warning sign. Boots worn thin on a one-way track, a pass so heavy it broke my back. Crows circle over empty plains, wind calls out my given name. Every mile feels like a test, with a loaded sin inside my chest. There's a fire burning in the west, and I know it ain't heaven's rest. The devil waits in Texas, down a long and lonesome road, with a smile made of silver and a heart as hard as stone. He's got my secrets in his pocket, every lie I ever said. The devil waits in Texas, and he's calling me ahead. Old motel with a buzzing light, neon cross flickers in the night. Bible left in the dresser drawer, ain't been open since '84. Her voice still echoes soft and low, don't you reap what you don't wanna sow? But I sold wild oats in a dry dead town, now the reaper's wearing my crown. Feel the heat on the back of my neck, like a noose I can't quite check. The devil waits in Texas, underneath that copper sky, with a contract carved in whiskey and the truth you can't deny. He's got my shadow on a leash, every promise left for dead. The devil waits in Texas, and he's 10 steps up ahead. If I turn this truck around, would forgiveness track me down, or is mercy just a word preachers use when they ain't heard? I see horns in the rearview glass, but they fade when I hit the gas. Still I know when the night is done, hell will say I finally come. The devil waits in Texas, by the Rio's muddy bend, with a ledger full of sinners and no mercy left to lend. He'll tip his hat so slow as he counts the tears I've shed. The devil waits in Texas, and I'm driving where he lives. The desert wind begins to hiss. Feels like a Judas kiss. The devil waits in Texas, and I ain't hard to miss. Midnight hangs on a wire-thin line. Highway dust turns to mud in time. For a stop where the blacktop cracks, no headlights ever coming back. Thunder growls across the plain like it's calling out my name. Blue hills sinking, red clay stain at a crossroads in the rain. Mama warned me about this place, said every man must choose his fate. At the crossroads in the rain, I laid my soul down in the lane. Every dream I tried to save, drowning in a shallow grave. Sky split open, spoke my name. Promised fortune, promised fame, but every deal comes with a chain. At the crossroads in the rain, black coat standing across from me, hat pulled low so I can't see. Voice like gravel, smooth and slow, said you reap what you sow. Lightning flashed and for a breath I saw the shape of life and death. He held out a steady hand like he owned this broken land. Wind blew hard but I stood still, heart beat louder than my will. At the crossroads in the rain, I signed away my doubt and pain. Traded love for one more shot at everything I never got. Thunder laughed and tipped his brim, said, son, you remember this hymn. Now every mile feels the same since that crossroads in the rain. If I turn and walk away, will the dead still make me pay? Or is the ink already dry beneath this weeping sky? I hear a voice through the storm calling me back where it's warm. But pride's a road that never bends till it breaks you in the end. At the crossroads in the rain, I hear that bargain call again. Every song I ever sing echoes with the borrowed rain. Fame tastes sweet, then turns to rust. Gold turns back to dust, and no one wins the final game. At the crossroads in the rain, rain keeps falling down the line. Thunder marks the dotted sign, and somewhere past the pain. I'm still standing in the rain. Midnight creeps down Main Street slow. Streetlights flicker, nowhere to go. Dust rolls through like a whispered scene, knocking on doors that won't let me in. Boarded windows, shattered dreams, nothing's ever what it seems. Jukebox hums and a bar long closed, playing songs that nobody chose. Every shadow knows my name, every brick recalls my shame. It's midnight in a dead town where the lost souls gather round. Moonlight paints the sidewalks gray, like hope just packed and drove away. Boot hills echo hollow sound, no salvation to be found. All that's left is hanging around. Midnight in a dead town. Sheriff's badge rusted on a nail, church bell rings like a ghostly wail. Graveyard gates half open wide, like they're waiting for me inside. Her perfume lingers in the breeze, like a memory that won't release. She said, leave before you drown. Now I'm buried in this town. Clock strikes 12, the sky turns black. Ain't no road that's leading back. It's midnight in a dead town where the lost souls gather round. Moonlight paints the rooftops pale, like a sinner telling tales. Boot hills echo hollow sound. Truth is 6 feet underground. Ain't no mercy left unbound. Midnight in a dead town. If I light a match for grace, would it burn this empty place, or just fade like every prayer? Whisper to the midnight air, wind moans through the old rail line, like it's humming my last goodbye. Every step just pulls me down, deeper in this dead town. It's midnight in a dead town, ashes drift and settle down. Stars don't shine, they just stare cold, watching stories never told. Boot hills echo final sound, heartbeat slow without a crown. No one left to turn around. Midnight in a dead town. Streetlight dies without a sound. Moon sinks low behind the ground. Still I'm here, still I'm brown. Midnight in a dead town. Bottle sweats on a pine wood bar, neon flickers like a falling star. Bartender wipes the same old stain, like he's scrubbing off my shame. I said I quit 100 times, sore it on these busted rhymes, but the burn goes down too smooth, like it's got something left to prove. Preacher says, son, let it be, but it keeps on calling me. It's the devil's whiskey, honey on my lips, fire in my bloodstream, truth in every cell. It tells me I'm forgiven, it tells me I'm alright, but it steals a little piece of me every single night. Packed her bags by the screen door, said she can't watch this no more. Said you love that bottle best. I didn't fight, I just confessed. Truck tail lights fade to black, like a promise I can't get back. Now the only thing that stays is this amber haze. Mirror shows a thinner man than the one who made those plans. It's the devil's whiskey, whispering my name. Says just one more round, boy, who you trying to blame? It wraps around my weakness like smoke around a flame, leaves me colder than before, but I drink it just the same. If I pour it down the drain, will it wash away the pain, or does the devil sit inside every wound I try to hide? Maybe hell ain't underground, maybe it's this lost and found. Oh, the devil's whiskey burns like a loaded prayer, sweet as salvation, but there's nothing holy there. It gives me courage, takes my soul, leaves me half of who I was before. I'm dancing with the darkness on a barroom floor. Last call rings, still scrape slow, neon humming, soft and low. Bottle empty, heart so risky, still chasing the devil's whiskey. There's a pale white light on the edge of town, hanging low like it's sinking down. Gravel crunch under worn out boots, truth cut loose from its tangled roots. Sheriff's car by the old saloon, clock struck 12 a minute too soon. Whispers ride that midnight tune underneath that dead man's moon. Some deaths don't fade with time, they wait for the perfect night. Oh, the dead man's moon, shining cold and high, turns a liar into truth, makes the guilty testify. Every shadow grows 19, lost him over pride and kerosene. One spark in a cotton field, one shot nobody would yield. Mama wept but never spoke, said, son, let go of what you broke. But anger's a stubborn tune, it hums beneath that silver moon. Footsteps echo down the street like fate walking to me. Oh, the dead man's moon bleaches bones to white, makes the sinner face the dark, makes a coward fight. You can pray till your hands turn blue, but heaven won't answer you when your past comes riding soon under the dead man's moon. If I lay my pistol down, will forgiveness come around? Or is this where I belong in the ending of this song? Wind blows hard, hats roll by, two men stare and neither cry. Oh, the dead man's moon, witness to it all, to the rise and to the fall of the proud and small. Smoke curls up like a final sight into that empty sky, and silence seals the tomb of the dead man's moon. Silver fades, morning soon, but not for him beneath that moon, dead man's moon. There's a weathered barn on the edge of town, tin roofs singing when the sun goes down, paint peeled back like a guilty scar, holding secrets where the old boards are. Granddaddy said, boy, don't you pry, some things are better left to lie. But whispers ride that midnight wind from the dark where it's always been. Footsteps creak on broken beams. Truth ain't always what it seems. We got skeletons in the barn, buried deep in the family farm, dust to dust, but they still breathe through the lies we never leave. Every prayer and every song can't wash blood from callous palms. You can lock the door, but they're never gone, those skeletons in the barn. Mama cried when the sheriff came, wouldn't dare to speak his name. Said the past a debt we paid in tears, but I seen fear behind her prayers. There's a shovel rusting by the wall and a patch of earth that don't grow tall. Moonlight shows what daylight hides in the place where the silence lies and dogs won't bark, the crickets hush. when memory turns to dust. We got skeletons in the barn, wrapped in a wire and southern charm. Family tree with a rotten roof, true swing slow from a noose of proof. You can preach about right and wrong, but sin grows strong when it grows long, and every son must carry on with skeletons in the barn. I found a box beneath the hay, letters dated back to May, a name crossed out in faded ink made my hands too cold to think. Blood runs thick but guilt runs deep, some promises we couldn't keep, and every generation learns the past is a fire that slowly burns. We got skeletons in the barn, rattling chains at every dawn. Every hammer, every nail tried to build a stronger tale, but wood will rot and truth will rise through splintered boards and alibis. You can't outrun what you were born with, skeletons in the barn. Through the rafters low and long, something humming a broken song. Close that door, leave it dark, still hear 'em whisper in the dark. Skeletons in the barn. I was raised on a red dirt road with a King James Bible and a heavy load. Mama prayed I'd walk the line. Daddy said, son, just do your time. But the night came fast and the whiskey burned. Some lessons lived, some lessons learned. Every mile I ran away led me deeper into gray. Preacher said the Lord forgives, but the devil lets you live. I'm living on the devil's mercy, breathing on borrowed grace. Got one foot in the fire below, one in heaven's waiting place. I ain't proud of the man I've been, but I ain't the worst you'll see. Sometimes the only hand that's reaching is the devil's mercy. There's blood that don't wash off in rain. There's ghosts that whisper your name. Every siren in the dark sounds like judgment on my heart. I tried kneeling by my bed, but the silence filled my head. If God was listening that night, He didn't answer my fight. Halo cracked and halo gone, still I'm somehow hanging on. Oh, the devil's mercy, walking through the flame. Every sinner's got a story, every story's got a name. I've been lost out past the line, where the angels fear to see, and the only shade I found yesterday. Still I'm living on the devil's mercy, under a bloodshot sky, counting every crooked mile till the day I die. If redemption don't come for me, I'll take what I can get, 'cause the devil's mercy is kinder than the things I can't forget. Wind blows through the pines, midnight church bell chimes, cross hangs crooked on the wall. I hear something call mercy, mercy. Midnight whistle through the pines, cuts the dark like crooked lines. Depot's empty, paint all peeled, rust and sorrow never healed. Ticket man with hollow eyes, punches fate, don't ask you why. Steam rolls thick like memory, drifting through what used to be. Mama said, don't chase that sound. There ain't no soul comes back around. I'm riding that ghost train to Georgia, past the sins I can't outrun, through the towns where love once held me. Now they fade one by one. Steel rails hum like a mournful choir, and slow. Every mile pulls me farther from the man I used to know. She stood crying by the tracks, said if you leave, don't you come back. Lantern light on trembling hands, like she knew I'd cross that land. Cold smoke kissing summer air, her perfume lingered there. But pride's a ticket bought too fast, one-way ride into the past. Bell rang out, the wheels replied, left her heart on the other side. On that ghost train to Georgia, through the fields of cotton gray, every promise turned to cinder, blown like ash away. Windows shake with every turn, like they're calling out her name. I left that station standing still, but I ain't the same. Faces flint in the glass, like reflections of my past. Every cart holds silent cries under bloodshot southern skies. If I jump before dawn breaks, will I wake from my mistakes? Still riding that ghost train to Georgia, through the red clay and the rain, haunted by love I buried under whiskey and blame. If there's mercy at the end, or just darkness, I don't know, but I hear her voice in the whistle blow every time it moans. steam fades thin, tracks run cold, story bought and story sold. Far away, headlights glow, ghost train rolling slow. There's a crooked sign where the blacktop bends, says welcome friend, but it never ends. Dust kicks up like a warning flare, ain't no mercy waiting there. Sheriff's lights in my rearview glass, blue and red on a fading past. Engine humming like a guilty mind, headed for the devil's county line. Mama said, son, don't cross that mark, some roads don't lead back from the dark. Down at the devil's county line, where the law runs thin and the sins run high, where a man can lose his name in a poker hand or a pistol's flame. Every mile is a thin red thread between the living and the dead. You don't cross it by design, that devil's county line. There's a bar called Mercy's End, where saints don't kneel and sinners pretend. Boot heels scrape on a sawdust floor like they've been here once before. A woman there with coal black hair said, you look like a man who don't play fair. I said, man, I'm just passing through. She smiled like she already knew. Cards were dealt, the room went still. Fate's a hand you can't reshuffle at will. Down at the devil's county line, where promises rot like cheap red wine, where bullets talk and silence screams, and hope's just smoke from broken dreams. Every prayer gets left behind when you step across that sign. Ain't no church bell gonna chime at the devil's county line. If I turn this truck around, will forgiveness still be found? Or is that border burned in flame with my blood upon its name? I hear tires on gravel cry like a last low lullaby. And somewhere in that desert wind, I know I won't come back again. Down at the devil's county line, where the sun sets hard and the stars don't shine, where a man meets what he's done when there's nowhere left to run. Every choice becomes a brand burned into a trembling hand. You don't cross it and stay fine, that devil's county line. Crooked sign, swinging slow. Wind says things I don't want to know. One more mile, one last sign, and I'm gone across that line. Midnight wind whispers through the pines, shadows crawl along the lines, candle flickers on the porch tonight. Something stirs beyond the light. Boots crunch gravel on the lane. A voice calls out my secret shame. Eyes like fire pierce the gloom. I hear the rattle of my tune. They say temptation comes to stay, but this one won't walk away. The devil's at my doorstep. Every lie I told, every regret, every sin I tried to hide, now he's standing at my side. No prayer to save, no hand to hold, just the chill and the stories untold. I can't run, I can't forget, the devil's at my doorstep, yeah. I poured whiskey to steady the hand, but it only burned like shifting sand. The night grows thick, the stars are dim, and every shadow bears his grin. Old regrets in every crack, he waits for me to turn my back. The floorboards moan beneath my feet, every heartbeat a drum of defeat. No mercy waits, no angels near, just the sound of my own fear. Devil's at my doorstep, every ghost I've met, every secret kept, every vow I've broken, babe, every loss, every stain. No dawn to save, no grace to claim, just the echo of my own shame. I can't hide, I can't forget, the devil's at my doorstep, yeah. If I fall to my knees and plead, will he vanish or take my knee? Or will the shadows drag me into the place where all sins begin? Some men burn slow and low, some hearts never learn to grow. Still he waits at my doorstep, through the night, through my regret, every step a haunted song, every mile I rode so wrong. No heaven comes, no mercy's dead, just the night and my silhouette. I can't escape, I can't forget, the devil's at my doorstep, yeah. Wind moans low, lanterns flicker, shadows claim what I can't deliver. One last breath, one last sweat. Devil at my doorstep. The sun sets low on the cotton plains. Shadows crawl where the ground is stained. Whispers rise with the evening wind, telling tales of the lives that sinned. Boots sink deep in the haunted soil. Every step recalls the toil. The wind, it carries a mournful tune under the silver cursed moon. They say the devil walks these roads, claiming hearts where the dark wind blows. The devil's cotton field, every soul must pay, must yield. Every lie, every crime, every love lost to time. No mercy waits, no hand to save, only the night and the graves I can't escape, can't make amends. The devil's cotton field never ends. Crows wheel low above the land, marking deeds done by my hand. Saloon doors creak and shadows sigh, every promise made to die. Whiskey burns in the old barn hall, every secret, every fall. Bridges sag and the river moans, every soul drifts far from home. No preacher comes to ease the pain, only the echo of the rain. The devil's cotton field, every mile of faith revealed. Every heart carries a scar, every sin drifts near and far. No dawn to save, no light to bless, darkness and emptiness. I can't outrun, can't walk away. The devil's cotton field will stay. If I kneel beneath the cursed sky, will the devil hear my cry? Or will the fields take my name and bury me in endless shame? Some hearts burn slow, some hearts betray, some men vanish and fade away. Still I ride through the cotton rows, through the night where the dark wind blows. Every mile a haunted song, every wrong I carried long. No mercy waits, no hand to bless, only the night and emptiness. I can't escape, can't make amends. The devil's cotton field never ends. Cotton sways low, wind sighs slow. Shadows haunt where lost men go. One last breath, one last vow. Devil's cotton field. Sun went down on a gravel town, left the sky bruised purple-brown. Neon buzzed like a dying truth. I stepped outside in worn-out boots. He said my name like a loaded gun, said you ain't the only one. Words cut deep, tempers flare, one wrong move and no one cared. Dust rose up, the night stood still. Fate don't wait on iron will. Now there's a blood stain on my boots, won't wash off with the rain or true. I've been scrubbing at the river bend, but it soaks right through again. Every step down this lonesome road feels heavier than the load. I can change my name, change towns, but that red won't fade out. Sheriff lights in the rearview glass like ghosts of a buried past. Mama's voice in my head so clear, son, you reap what you sowed down here. I never meant for it to go that far, just another night at the bar. But a trigger don't know regret, and a bullet don't forget. Clock struck 12, the world went mute. All that's left, these guilty boots. There's a blood stain on my boots, in the leather, in the roots of every mile I try to run from what I've done, what I've done. Wind howls low across the plains, sounds like it's calling my name. I can hide in the dark all night, but I can't outrun that sight. If I kneel in a chapel pew, will the red turn black to blue? If I throw him in a shallow grave, will it free me or enslave? Some stains sink past the skin, down to where your soul begins. There's a blood stain on my boots, every road leads back to truth. I see it in the morning light, in every dream at night. I was young, I was proud, I was blind, left mercy far behind. Now I walk this broken route with a blood stain on my boot. Gravel crunch, engine roars, cross swings on the dashboard door. Miles roll by, sky turns soup, still that blood stain on my boot.